You have a message for your haters?
Absolutely. All of y'all can go fuck yourself.
Whoa!
All right, guys. What's up, man? It's the governor over here at the Renegade Racing Channel. So today, got my buddies over here, Josh and Randall, and we're about to get started on Coyote swapping the C7 freaking Corvette. Woo! I don't hear no excitement in y'all.
It is exciting.
What is going on, man?
It's more exciting, man, than you think it is.
Nobody wants to do this swap. Everybody talks all the crap about this swap, man. Nobody wants to do it, man. This thing is going to be spectacular, man. I don't know.
But see, everyone talks about it and they don't want to do it until they get gapped by, you know, a Coyote swap C7 vet. They're going to have a problem. And then they're all going to be like, hey, what's the price tag on it?
Exactly, right?
You know it's going to happen.
I don't know about that.
Mark my words.
All right, well. So in today's video, we went and picked up our Coyote, as you saw in the last video that we posted. So we've done a lot of tear down on the car. We got the whole front clip off of it. We've got everything out of it that we thought we needed to take out of it. We've got some paneling and stuff removed from the car as we're working on a bunch of things. We removed the rear bumper assembly and all that stuff because we're having some pieces painted. But a couple of things I want to point out about this car, and the reason why this swap's going to be so cool and interesting, and it's going to be virtually kind of easy to do in a sense to say. So this is a C7 2014 model. It only has 12,000 miles on it. Literally 12,000 miles. So the cool thing is, the reason why we wanted a 14 model is because this is a 6-speed automatic, and the 15s and ups towards the end of 14 as well. The 15s and ups, they came with an 8-speed automatic. Now, as you all know, no one out there makes a controller, a transmission controller, for an 8-speed automatic. The only thing that's available is a 6-speed controller. TCI and a whole bunch of various different companies make that. So with that being said, if we got the Coyote into this car, we could utilize the entire GM drivetrain in this thing and put a controller on the transmission and use it. So we don't really have to change anything. So that's why we wanted this car. Secondly, a C7, unlike C5, C6, and all that stuff, this is a CAN bus car. So it's got its own ECMs in the back of the car that control everything. All right, so the ECM of this car only controls engine and transmission function. The actual ECMs in the trunk and all that stuff, the BCM, they control the entire car, all functionality of the car. So everything on the inside of this car, the dash, the radio, climate control, everything will still function as normal. So it was imperative that we got a C7 to do that, so that we could utilize everything in the car and still make it work, because we actually want to hook up air conditioning and everything on this car and have this Coyote fully functional, as almost like it was meant to be in here. So we got a couple things, like I said, we got some things torn apart on the car that we've been working on, but we've already 15-inch converted this car. So it's on a 15-inch wheel. We got a full drag pack. This is a double beadlock wheel. It's got a Carlisle 15-inch conversion on it, wheelwood brakes in the back. We've got some G-Force Outlaw axles back here, as well as some other things. We got welds on the front, and we've just kind of been going to town at this thing, pulling it apart. But in today's video, they've already pulled the our Coyote. Woo! So they already got the Coyote up here. Now, I went and picked this up from the junkyard. So it came out of a 2019 F-150. So it does, like, the valve covers are cracked on it and stuff like that. Just where, and it's got a couple sensors broke off out of it and stuff of that nature. But we're not really concerned about that. We're going to have Holly on this thing. Today we're checking engine placement, how this thing is going to mount. Josh works at Ford, so he'll be able to hook us up with some parts that we need and stuff of that nature. A lot of people told me that there would be no room in this car, that this thing would not fit. What do y'all think?
It looks like it's a lot of room.
It's gonna fit. I got a Sawzall with a bunch of new blades.
All right. A Sawzall with a bunch of blades.
Cut it up.
Yeah, so whenever I came up with this concept to do this, man, a lot of people didn't think I was for real about it. They're like, no way. You're not gonna do that. Yada, yada, yada. Well, here we go. We're doing it.
It is going to get done.
Eventually, we need to take that harness out of it because I'm not going to need it. You know what I mean?
That's for the regular.
So yeah, and it hooks up to the engine, but it goes back there to the transmission and all that stuff. But that's the main engine harness. We're going to need to pull that out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's going to take some work, but
Yeah, it goes up through the torque tube. There's a bunch of plates down there that hold it in.
I still want to get pinched, man, and get nicked.
Right.
It's still worth some money.
I wonder if we're gonna have to remove anything on this. What about this oil cooler up here?
Filters don't have to be relocated. I see that off rip.
All right,
It's 8 millimeters on the inside.
Probably had those.
8 millimeters. Well, let's go ahead. Yeah, that's a 10. Let's go ahead and get that off of there. All right, guys. So we got the oil pump off this thing. Well, not the oil pump, but the actual oil cooler and filter housing. So, they make a relocation kit for this, and obviously we're gonna need it. So we're gonna keep continuing pulling apart on this thing until we can kind of get to see how this damn big ass engine fits down in here. So let's keep going, guys. You think we should pull the headers and the motor plates?
Probably, definitely.
Hey. Seatbelt snap.
Yeah. Bam.
It's in. Crooked, but it's in.
You know what? I think this is probably gonna work. I don't know.
If it clears the front, dude.
I don't know what you'll have to do.
Watch out, watch out. We're gonna hit this.
Yeah.
I need to pay
It's
attention.
fully. So
Fucking rack $4 grand.
Oh, here, can we go down with it? Keep going down because I can move the back in.
yeah. Oh my God.
Are you looking in the back?
Yeah, I got a lot of shit over there. What's over there? Fuse box?
Yeah, I'm taking the fuse box out
Yeah, we don't need it damaged.
Oh, I see.
because it's sitting on it.
We should make a message to our haters then.
Fuck 'em.
Oh yeah. If you think this sucks,
You think you're lonely now? Wait until tonight.
You ain't gonna be lonely no more.
Yeah.
Getting gapped by a
at
C7.
C7s only. Right there. See the hose? Right there. You gotta do something with that cooler. That cooler is touching everything. It's in there though.
Alright.
go ahead and go down.
Put on some more tool locks.
All right, well, looks good, just like that. Hey, all right, guys. So look, check it out. We got the engine in the car. Now this is just a test fit. This is all we're kind of doing with this. So it's not permanently in there by any means, or have we really done anything. But at all costs, the reason why we wanted to try and get it in there is the biggest thing is I've been told by a million people that the Ford 5.0 modular motor is way too big compared to an LT or an LS, and it will not fit between the rails of a Corvette. The more I kept looking at this thing, it just fits to me. So we wanted to go ahead and stick it in here and see if it's going to fit. Now, it does fit. So we're going to have to put a K-member in this and a manual rack and kind of lower the engine down. So the engine needs to go down a little bit lower. But as far as room and everything clearing, even our steering rack clears everything. I mean, this thing literally sits down in here. So it needs to be about 3 inches. What do you say, 3 or 4 inches lower? 3 or 4 inches lower, so this thing will sit down and tuck right in the cow. Like I said, we got to modify a few things and move some things around, but it's gonna fit. So the Coyote swap C7 is a go. We're gonna make this happen. So
Plus we wanted to know cutting for headers and all that.
yeah,
shit. It all
I mean
fit in.
headers literally fit. There's so much room inside the engine bay of this car. I mean, it's amazing. So our next game plan is we're gonna pull the engine back out. I'm going to have a K-member put in this car, a different steering rack and stuff of that nature, and we're going to machine a bell housing to adapt the torque tube to the actual 5.0 Coyote motor. So with that being said, this is a 14 model, like I said in the beginning of the video, so we can use a TCI trans controller to operate the 6-speed in this thing, and everything will function. It's a CAN bus car, so everything inside the car will work. So I'm going to use Holly to operate the engine once we get it in there and going. So everything looks like we got a big go on this thing, man. I'm kind of impressed by how well it fits in there, and you know, this is going to be pretty freaking cool.
It's gonna be cool.
Like, I think the world is going to hate this though. Especially our goal is check us out. We're going to be at LS Fest with this thing. We're going to try to sneak this car in and race it against LS LT powered vehicles and see if we can knock the dust off somebody. You know, they're not going to like that. We're probably going to get thrown out.
At least track time will be just
Yeah.
someone.
Hey, but it's going to be pretty neat. So, hey, it's a go. The 5.0 fits an event, man. We're going to get this thing back in the shop. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. And, yeah, catch us on the next one, man. We're out.
So long, gay boys!